What's up, everybody? Let me know if there's any audio or any problems. I know you guys like busting me, but I don't want to sound like the sweetest chef or whatever it is. A couple things I can try to do. I was gonna do a test kind of to see, but it don't matter. But yeah, put that thumbs up if the audio is going through. If not, we can end the show now and get on with life. But want to thank you all for coming in here. I know somebody was here before, Ugg, but they're kind of gone. But appreciate you being in here, Ugg. Uh, Malahar, thank you for stopping in. And yeah, the replay will be there. Chris Crunk, what's up, buddy? Uh, Mr. Harmon, how you doing? Um, South Tex Beard, what's up? How's it going tonight? Kenny, good to have you in here. Uh, that's about it for right now. That's awesome. Oh, and frickin' frack. Hello. Uh, Evil Madrix. What's up? How are you? Abe, how you doing, bud? And Michael S13. How are you? Hope everybody's having a good weekend. Trying to do these every Sunday again. Uh, what's up, Bishop? How are you, bud? Um, Speaking of Irish, I was at a festival all day yesterday. Um, Too much sun, too much beers. But you know, you want to talk about a friendly community. My Irish brethren. Uh, I don't know everybody in the AOH that I'm part of. Um, I went down with a couple of guys, and I was walking around by myself, and everybody was coming up to me. They were talking to me. They were saying hello, handing me a beer, and it was a beautiful day. A little warm, a little sunny, but beautiful. It was an outdoor event, and it's basically for our ladies AOH, and they basically do the same the ladies do here. They support this spirited community, and they support their sons, their fathers, their husbands in the AOH, and they uh, do a big event every year to kind of help out with things that the AOH puts on. They're a vital part in the Irish community, and they put one heck of a show. There was live pipe bands that were going on. Um, if anybody follows them, the big one around here is the Black Diamond Pipe Band, and they had a lot of members there. They were great. Some good food. Um, of course, there was a wine distributor. There was a beer distributor, local, all local, and they were there for samples and giving out and stuff like that. And it was really, really, really nice to spend the day. I got home here and I passed out. I, I was, the sun beat my butt. Uh, the beers didn't help, I'm sure. But we all drove down with a D&D in a van. So, very safe. And it was a very, very nice event. And, if anybody's ever looking, Irish brethren, or you want to be part of a community, we do have, you don't have to be a degree member, as we call it. You can just be there to support, and they're all nice. The AOH website could lead you to a local place, and it's been really, really fun. I've been enjoying my time in there. Met a lot of great people, but it was a long day. That's all I'll say there. I missed the Bishop show with Copper John Tyson. I got some of Dave's, not the whole thing. um, he even texted me because his brother was out in the sun all day, out there in California, uh, to pop on, and I didn't get it until late. And then I did start with Gokans, but I passed out sometime there for sleep at night. It's 1 in the morning. But it was a lot of great shows, and I'm sure you all promoted it, and all were in their chats. And I've been trying to catch up on it, but I had to do some running around today, and it was fun. But BMG, thank you for popping in. I know, but thank you for popping in. Um, but yeah, so Randall, I don't know if I caught you, but what's up, buddy? And I don't win nothing at anywhere, and I actually came home with a basket. Um, it's an all Irish kind of snack basket and bread making basket and stuff like that. And um, I just went to support and have some fun, and I walked away a winner at the raffle table, so that was pretty cool. Um, but I know everybody's talking about it, and everybody, is making their preparations if they're going. But we do have coming up this Saturday. Uh, True North, what's up, buddy? Thanks for popping in. This Saturday, Silent Beer Battles. Out in Jasper. I got my luggage out today, and I've been going over. I make a list. Uh, yeah, I know, Black Manor. I know you are. Don't worry. um, but I make a list before I pack. Things I want to bring, things that I need to bring, and stuff like that. So I got my luggage out today, and I started taking the little piles that I had all over the place and crossing off my list of things that I have. The last minute thing is going to be what oils I bring. Um, but beard wash. I think I've said this before on here, and I know people are probably tired of hearing it, but I have my you know kit that I bring. It used to be the shaving bag and stuff like that, and I don't do that anymore. Uh, so my bathroom essentials, I always have it packed. It's always packed. It's always ready to go. All I have to do is throw in. Um, and Renee, you're right. That was the plan, but I did find it, um, and I thought it was stored away someplace, but it was just in our closet upstairs. Uh, True North shirts. I got one on today. I know it's hard to see with that. Um, but yeah, so I got that all out today, dusted it off, put a couple of new stickers on it. I have a bunch of the beer companies that are in here, a bunch of beer companies that I've used. I throw the stickers on there. It's just kind of like they used to do with the old trunks back in the day, of where you kind of visited it and stuff. And I put a couple of new ones on there. I need a few from some companies that are going to be there, so I can add to it. But I got that packing started, put in a bunch of stuff, and um, it'll be last minute of essentials that we have to wear every day, or we want to wear every day, and our my beard oil. But yeah, my grooming kit, I'll start saying, is always packed. I just had to throw a piece of beard and body soap from True North. I cut the bars, so if I forget it, I'm not worried about it at the hotel. because it's just a quarter of a piece of it. That's what I pack. I don't worry about using the wash and stuff like that. So it's all in one. It's all nice, and put that in there today. So that's packed other than my oils, and I pack my oils separately from all that stuff. So yeah, I can't wait for it. I'm excited. I leave Thursday night, 10 p.m. Eastern my time. Um, should get into Jasper. It all depends if I pull over to take a nap or something. Um, I should get there about 10, 11 o'clock uh, uh, Friday. And yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. It's going to some good causes. Um, for fishing a good fight. I know this is old, and there's been a lot of updates uh, to this. I gotta get a new one in here, but there's some of the companies that are going to be there. I know that it's been added on a ton, but if you're in the Jasper area, stop on by, say hello. But yeah, I gotta get a new one of this one. Well, it's probably too late anyways. But if you go to the uh, beer rejects, I know everybody's been sharing it out there. Uh, it's not too hard to find. If you follow me, it's not too hard to find. I'm usually sharing a post each week, and other people are doing the same. So um, yeah, I know True North. Yeah, you're not on there. That was before that you kind of got in on that, and I know True North is definitely. I know Bishop and Ramsey are getting a box, so if you want to try True North, they'll have some product there. Just look for the True North banner. I'm sure Bishop is going to have that displayed, the flag that True North had for sale, and I'm sure that'll be displayed. Or just look for the 75% Irishman running around asking if you want to get interviewed. Ask them about the product that's there. But yeah, I'm getting excited with a lot of people that are kind of going and going to be enjoying a good time. Excellent. Um, but there's a lot of good judges. The last judge was just announced. He he's Raven Gokhan. So it's good. We're still praying for Robert Baker. He's out of the hospital. I know that, but he's got some stuff that's happening. I'm hoping I've met him at Worlds. I'm hoping to meet him again. We share the same name, but he has the more famous Elliot the Mustache and Elliot Norris, I should say, the mustache. And he's been on the world stage. He won his category in 2025. And he was very nice to meet, very nice guy. Had him on my show here too. And hopefully he is okayed and everything and gets to Jasper to be a judge. And he'll help out everybody on stage. I know Brewer has done it before, and it's tough to be a judge. See all these great beards, mustaches, and all the stuff that passes by there. So give them a word of encouragement if you're passing by there, and they're there to make it fair and to make it fun, and it's going to be a good time there. Um, but you know, uh, I was gonna have a guest tonight, but it was too late. I asked too late, and other things have happened. So I'm gonna be starting to get some guests again and get on here and have some fun with them, seeing their new drops and stuff. I know, just offhand, Renee, Black Manor Grooming, they're going to be opening up their website Thursday of this week at 9 a.m., I believe. Renee, if you're in here, you can tell me if I'm wrong. So all her product that she's been putting out there, and the new bottles, the new labels, the new web design, and all that stuff. So she's been working hard on that, and she's gonna start opening up the store again. So that should be fun. For the people that haven't used her product or if been waiting to restock. True North just had their big hat drop, but they've been busy. They've been dropping a lot of different things out there, and I see so many people being excited for it. But just a lot of good things in the community are happening, which I enjoy. I like promoting the good things and not the bad things out there, and it. I was gonna do a rant. I was gonna do a rant because I just got tagged in a couple of different things. But I'm not gonna do it because I don't want to stoop to people's level um, of stuff. But you know, I said this on here. If for some reason you don't like a person's content, it's very easy to unfollow. It's very easy not to subscribe. It's very easy to do all that stuff. Um, and it goes the same with me. If you don't like what I'm putting out here, it's an easy unfollow, easy unsubscribe, and go. There's too much positivity out there, um, with a lot of great companies. Kilt, what's up, buddy? Thanks for stopping in. Um, Too much positivity in a lot of the shows. You guys, you work hard all week, and us as YouTubers, I'm not going to say influencers, but YouTubers, you guys don't need to hear that crap that has been happening. And it just seems like it keeps getting drawn out, and drawn out, and drawn out, and I don't like it. I have unsubscribed. I have unfollowed and stuff. But there's so many different shows out there that is not just with the beer community, is not the beer community. So if you like certain things, you could find positive stuff out there. You know, and believe me, I'm nobody to be ranting like but I just don't like being tagged and stuff and hearing about negativity. I love the posts that Ugg, he shares with me Star Wars stuff a lot. Stanley gives me some positivity. Abe just tagged me and some fun stuff. Um, sent it to me and stuff, and I that's the stuff I appreciate. So I don't like when people are bashing and they keep on just going and going and going and going. I don't like that stuff, and it's not needed. Um, so again, like I says, you need to follow the right people. You need to follow the right things, and enjoy your life. Enjoy being on here. You all come in here to be entertained to a point, and that's what I'm hoping to do. Um, but yeah, enough of that. Yeah, I am competing. I know there's heavy hitters out there. I don't even know what I measure anymore. I haven't measured in a while. Um, I um, I think, and because they're a little bit different categories, I think I'm probably going to be over the eight. Um, so I think that's 8 to 14, I believe, or something like that. And I know there's some heavy hitters out there, but I'm just there to support the charity, and I'm there show my beard. If people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. Whatever the scores come, they come. I just gonna be up on stage with my brothers and sisters, and have a great time with it. And enjoy. I said it that if the partial category is a small category, I'd go back to goatee, but no, I wouldn't. I enjoy my beard. Uh, um, and I know there's a barber there, so I'm trying to make an appointment to get cleaned up. Just cleaned up. You can see the hair is kind of crazy. But try to get cleaned up for the event. But if not, I'm going to take their services down there and get cleaned up a little bit. But I'm not going to do anything to the beard. I'm enjoying it. I like it. So, um, and True North is sponsoring the styled mustache category. So, full beard, styled mustache. That's what they're doing. So that's awesome. And I may try that. I don't know. I never, I don't know. It kind of gets weak at the end, but you never know. And you're getting into sports cards. I've seen so many shows about different cards, and the Pokemon is back up there again, and stuff. So that's awesome for you. Um, Hey, I was bald. I was bald because I got the satellite dish or the solar panel in the back there, but everything else was just too much to shave bald every. I was shaving basically every day. I didn't care for the stubble and stuff like that, but everything else grows so quickly. It was just a pain in the butt for me. So if the receding hairline starts going back more, and things stop growing, I'd rock the bald look again too. And it's never too early in this show to talk about Halloween, because I love Halloween. It's my birthday, and my Halloween decorations. A lot of them stay up. Some of them do get put away because they're too big and, and stuff like that. But never, 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 never too late. And True North says his mustache wax is almost ready. That's awesome. The only one I've ever used was Death Grip. They were at Worlds, and I got a can for free. I don't even know the hold on it or whatnot. But maybe I'll try that category. See who the people are in on that. I know Mr. Harmon, maybe. Um, I know he does a bunch of different categories with his big mustache, and I don't know if he'll be natural or if he'd be styling and his beard, but you never know. And Big Show mustache you a question. He'll mull it over. Sorry. Uh, but um, yeah. Besides that, there's not too much that is kind of going on here. I've been a week without my family here. They all went to the beach. I couldn't go because of school. So I kind of been a bachelor here. You can tell there's no dishes or anything. Everything is paper plates and plastic forks and getting thrown away. Uh, but yeah, they had a great big presence. And actually, Robert Baker, the judge, with um, Elliot Norris, his mustache, was a huge promoter, but they had a really big presence there. Um, of course, they had a lot of different mustaches there. Fox Stash that comes in here, I know he has tried them. I don't know if he's in with Death Grip, but I know he has used them. That's I met Fox Stash at Pittsburgh, and but I know he's been trying different ones, and I don't think that he signed Death Grip for life. I um, but it's they had a really big presence there at Pittsburgh, and I like I said, I don't know much about Mustache, but I know they have different things, and I know a lot of companies in here they go different things. Kilt also has a mustache wax, and it goes from just an average hold all the way up to comp hold. Some of those uh, mustache categories. Worlds is probably the biggest one. They break it down pretty hard. And you got to be humid weather. You got to be, you know, looking great all through your whole time that you're there. Sweating and not sweating and stuff. So um, I know they have different types. I know Kilt has different types with it, and so yeah, it's Death Grip is a good name that you kind of expect it to to be there. Yep, Kenny. Yep. Um, but yeah, it. um, Irish Goodbye is a great one. I wore it yesterday. To the Irish Fest, and stuff like that. And I did have some people smelling. I used the oil, and then I have the cologne, and I had that. And they also have new mustache products coming too. But I know there's an art to it. Um, Jeff Harmon is a great person to ask on all that. He's been in the competition world now, and I know he comes in all these chats, and he has won different um, awards for his mustache, and and it's if you just didn't want to do the beard category, that's a category. And I know I'm not 100% positive because I haven't put it down into memory of if there's two different categories at Jasper. Um, Sometimes there's a realistic or a non, wax, just what's on your face kind of mustache, a natural. That's what I wanted to say. Um, yep, see Jeff's there. He'll answer any questions if anybody's looking to get into it. Um, but I know there's a natural category, it's just the way that it lays and stuff like that. And then there's the style. And, again, worlds, they have it broken down to Hungarian and all different types of it with the curly Q, with it straight out, and stuff like that. So there's all different types of style for the mustache. So if you're looking to kind of get into that, Jeff is definitely a world of knowledge right there for you. And he can set you on probably to a good company. And it's just all on hold. I know it when we went to Pittsburgh, there was a product I think got to be glued or something like that. A lot of people that were doing the freestyle beards, a lot of stores are sold out of it because people were getting it um, to do a lot of their crazy freestyle of beards. So that's another level there. Also, like I said, I'm not 100% sure of all the categories that are at Jasper. I know there's always the lengths and then the Whiskerinas and stuff. And I know if you caught any of the shows, the new one, Common Ground with Bob, Santa Tom and Bob, Jeremiah was on there, Bishop he was on there. He hit all the shows, and um, they could be reached. I know Ramsey, Mike Nash, they've answered a lot of different questions on that. Then you have McCrum and Jeremiah with that. So, you know, um, you can ask them of all the categories, or just see a post. Like I said, everybody's posting about it, and I love seeing that. Uh, Natural standard 2K breakdown. Yeah, exactly. There's all different. types of it, but if it's just a styled mustache category, you can do any style of that. But yeah, it's a big category, and it could be a lot of fun to kind of be in that, and then that don't stop you to get into another category. You can get into the beard category then. So if you're doing the styled stash, as True North said, they're getting the full beard style stash, and then you can just get into um, a regular beard category in the length department. You would just have to get the styled stash, and a lot of people use beard oil to kind of get the styling products out of there. And sometimes they have categories staggered, so other people can kind of get into a different category if they so choose. Which that's always great. That's why a lot of times they'll do realistic whiskerina, and then later on they'll do a creative. So the realistic, they can kind of get that off and put it into a creative, which is just about anything. So it's really, really, really cool to see. And um, Anybody that's going for their first time, watch around, and you'll see why these get so popular. Um, Ramsey, what's up, buddy? We were just kind of talking about Jasper a little bit and stuff like that. But good to have you here. Uh, uh, but that's why they kind of promote and how they categorize stuff. If you so choose, but it's up to people. If you're in the bigger beard, you want to cut down to a shorter beard. Sometimes they'll stagger those, but I don't think they're gonna stagger them this time here. Same. I know Taxi Phil's been a legend in the community. I think at one time he did like 7 different categories at a beard competition because the way they had him staggered, that he had a full beard up to whatever length it was. He went down a step. Then he's well known for his mustache. Also, he did like a style mustache, and he did natural mustache, and then I think he even went partial and stuff like that. So, yeah, he did like a big run. And there's an entry fee for each one. He just kind of gave more uh, to the charity, which was really cool. And I know others have done that too. Others have done that. But yeah, I mean that's all I kind of wanted to talk about. Like I said, I'm just getting my name and getting my legs back under me here with doing these again each week. Getting the slides together and getting the companies on and all that stuff. I want to start doing. Um, yeah, see, Mr. Dapper says, yeah, he competed up to 4 categories at one comp. Yeah, veterans, yeah, the veterans category always any veteran out there, because they do it up nicely, and it's always a great showing to see how many veterans are bearded folks like us or mustache folks, and it's always great to see. You can't forget the ladies too, when they're veterans and stuff like that. But it's always great to see at a comp, the veterans category. But yeah, so take some styling tips, talk to some people, and they'll be happy to explain how they do things. I know Jeff was on Santa Tom's, showing a little bit. Robert Baker, and his mustache, he does a lot of things. Fox Stash has been starting to do some more tutorials there. Um, and there's others that are just not coming to name right this second. but they'll show you how they do it and stuff, and it's really neat and stuff, you know. But if you guys got any questions or anything, like it says, Mike Ramsey, Mike Nash, Mike McCrum, and uh, I hope I'm not having any trouble here, Kenny. Um, and Jeremiah, their book of knowledge, they'll help you out. Sometimes if they don't have the category right after each other. So a lot of times, so say they'll have a beard category, they'll do a business beard, and then maybe they'll do the 4 to 8 or whatever size Jasper's doing. They'll do like a styled stash, and then they'll go back to a beard category, a whiskerina category, a partial category, or something like that. That it would give you time to head to the bathroom, and kind of wash it out with some beard oil if it's a styled, or if it's the natural, it's easier because you're going up there and you're showing your natural full beard or your natural mustache, and then you can head to the bathroom or head to your car or head to sometimes the hotel will be closed, and then you can go and you can start styling it, um, and then be able to kind of get into that category at a later time, because they're not making you stay there. You just have to be there when your category's there. um, so if you have time, like I said, Taxi Phil, when he did his stuff, he just went to the bathroom with his clippers. He brought his clippers with him, and he kind of went. Jeff, he could tell you a little bit more of how he kind of did it, but the veterans is an easy one because you're just going there the same with your length beard that you're doing, or if you're doing your natural mustache with your beard, or your styled mustache with beard. The veterans is just a veteran category. So yeah, that's basically um, how you would kind of do that. But if they're back to back, then you can't. If they're going, say they go right through all the beard, then they go right to the two mustaches. There's no time in between them. As you know, Bob, being there, they're trying to get the other folks up as you guys are up on stage. So the next length or the next category or whatnot. So you're kind of stuck there if it's your turn. So you be on stage. You may be able to run to the bathroom or something like that real quick to kind of get back in line for the next one. But if they stagger the categories, that's usually how you could do it. I saw Brewer come in. What's up, buddy? Thanks for coming in. We were just talking about Jasper, different categories, and if they wanted to kind of get into other categories, all depends on what they're doing there at Jasper and stuff. Uh, but yeah, it's just we're just talking about different categories and stuff. I know you know a lot about the comp. Um, and how they're kind of gonna arrange it and stuff like that. But I'm just talking what I kind of know, with the help of Mr. Harmon with his mustache and how he did 4 different categories and stuff like that. So yeah, that's all. I hope they do. I hope they do, because that's sometimes they do it up really nice, and everybody pays attention to the veteran category. So I hope so, bud. If you need a tag out, I'll tag out, um, but yeah, so it is. It's really fun to see with that and stuff like that, and it's gonna be great to see all you folks there. Um, and I know if you can't make it, we'll see you at a different one. We'll see you in the chats. We'll see you promoting it. We'll see all that stuff. So it's tough. It is an expense, um, and stuff like that. Kill. Thanks for popping in, buddy. I appreciate you. Um, but it'll be a fun time to meet everybody and kind of just hang out for a little bit. I've said it in a couple of different things that I've been, you know, uh, kind of waiting for this, because I, need to see some people from the community, get a recharge, and have some fun. Yesterday, like I said, was a great time with my Irish brothers. So now I'm looking for the beer community to kind of keep me going with it. It'll be really really nice to see a lot of people there. But and I know there's so many of them else around. So if you can't make it to Jasper, I said it. The beer calendar gets a lot of them. Um, I know there's another one. It always, I think it's Whiskey or something or whatnot. To find one close to you, or just kind of keep your eye to Facebook. There's a lot of different ones there. If you're in the Florida area, follow Bob and Terry's um, Facebook page. They do a lot of stuff that's around Florida, uh, but I know there's a lot of them happening. I think this weekend there was one. I think the weekend before it there was another one. A lot of people in Tennessee, the villains have been putting on a lot of different ones. I think they're up in Canada right now, the villains. So, you know, but yeah, Friday night, the meet and greet at Rocco's. That's always fun. Um, and then Saturday at 4, um, I think the comp begins. Before that, I think 2 to something, 2 to 4. They're going to be doing the registrations, measuring you up and all that stuff. So, you know, I know Brewer wants to do a hike. If anybody wants to do a hike with Brewer, he said there will be coffee afterwards. There he is. Um, on Saturday morning, get in contact with him, and that would be fun. It's supposed to be very nice down there and stuff. So, and then, yep, at a coffee shop. So I've had the joy of having coffee with Brewer, and it's always nice. Um, but yeah, it's gonna be a fun weekend. Um, Lots of pictures. I'm hoping. I know Bishop's gonna try to do the live through the whole thing. I know there's other shows that may do a live. Maybe from the hotel room or something like that, or whatnot. But you'll be able to catch hopefully a lot of it. And Bishop channel is the one to kind of have that bell happening, and you know latte. I'm sure from a barista maybe. uh yeah, Ramsey. um yeah, see, the barista, they bet they do it there. um and there's a lot of different things in Jasper. I looked up a couple of YouTube videos, and Jasper is a small town, but it looks like it's very nice there, and I think it'll be kind of, people from a small town will be very friendly, and I know a lot of them have been promoting it with things that have been happening. Um, and they're looking for something good. So, not saying to be on your best behavior, guys, but uh, have good fun. How's that sound? Tennis or coffee? Yeah, definitely. Um, Bob and Terry was asking that. Okay. Um, but yeah, so it should be fun. Like I said, and I'll be getting back to the having the guests on. co-host here and there and stuff like that, and um, getting back to where I am. But I'm gonna try to be on Sundays. Next Sunday it'll be a crapshoot. Is see what time I kind of leave Jasper. Then it's a 12-hour drive. See what time I get back. If it's gonna be too late, maybe I do a quick live from the car or something like that. I see what kind of service happens and stuff like that, because I really want to be constant on here. Get back to where I kind of was, doing these every week and enjoying the chats with everybody. Get better uh, guests and guest hosts and content other than me just talking for an hour. Um, yeah, but anyways, if you guys are gracious enough, make sure you hit that like. It helps with everything there. Um, if you don't like it, you can hit the thumbs down and don't bug me. Um, but you know, uh, again, it's going to be a long week for some of us that have to work right up to Jasper, because we be wishing that we were on the road, wishing in our airplanes, wishing that we were there. So it's going to be a long week. Hopefully, it don't feel like that for a lot of you. Um, but yeah, hopefully we got 15. Oh, okay. Is that what's in here? Yeah, 15. Awesome. You guys, you did your job. I appreciate that. But yeah, like Ramsey just said, yeah, usually when something's good at the end of the week, it you know, it just takes forever. Um, that's why I got to load up the car. I go to school from 4 o'clock to 10 o'clock. So I got to load up my car before I leave, because I'm leaving right from the school because it's further down for me. And I um, am leaving right from there. And then, like I said, it all depends on how long I drive. I'm pretty good at night. I'm kind of a night owl, so I'm not worried. I'm not going to fall asleep. And I know Bishop and Ramsey will be driving at the same time. We plan on having a phone conversation to kind of get the time to go through and stuff. That's smooth. Thank you for popping in here. Kind of just talking Jasper, talking, about all the good stuff that's in this beer community, and that's about it. Nothing really crazy other than that. Um, but a lot of great shows coming up this week, and I know you all support them, so keep supporting, keep liking, sharing out. A lot of good stuff on IG, Instagram with a lot of lives. I know True North does it. Corey from Weatherbeard, he was hilarious today. Um, he was really uh, funny, packing orders and stuff like that. And I know a lot of other people do different things with um, uh, IG. So, follow these great companies, follow these great people, and about it. Uh, Trying to think if I missed anything that I kind of wanted to talk about. I don't think I did. Um, just pretty much anything that is going on. You know, and can't wait to see everybody. So if you see me, I'm the big guy. I don't know what shirt I'm wearing. I got a couple different companies in there. Uh, and I got the Silent Battle shirt and stuff like that. So I don't know. I may have to do a bunch of wardrobe changes. Uh, I don't know. But can't wait to see you guys Friday if you make the meet and greet. If not, I'll see you Saturday at the competition. and we'll have some fun, and we'll we'll enjoy it and raise some money for fishing a good fight, and make plans for next year. All right, guys. Thank you all for coming in. Cilantro.